E3 is just a couple weeks away, and one of the first press conferences we'll be seeing is Microsoft's on the Sunday before. Now, last year, they brought a really strong press conference, one of the main reasons being their focus on the hardware they'd be releasing with the Xbox One X. And with last year, they did end up getting the title of having the strongest console that's currently on the market.
It's a step forward in terms of the way it uses graphics and the speed.
However, a problem they're still running into is when it comes to exclusive games. So what kind of stuff can we expect to see at this year's E3 that'll help them possibly win? Well, first, let's talk hardware. Now, obviously, with the Xbox One X being released last year, that is already out of the way, so there isn't that much to focus on hardware for this year, but I think there's a few things they can still talk about. First off, there is, of course, the Xbox One adaptive controller, which they've already revealed and talked about pretty in depth, but I think it's going to at least make a small appearance at the show as well. Something that's kind of related to that, though, that I think could be a new announcement is the release of a new Xbox One Elite controller. Now, we got one that was already released before the Xbox One S, and it was a really cool piece of hardware, but with the release of the One X, it kind of feels like it needs a refresh. And there's actually been some supposedly very blurry leaked photos of a new one coming out, and part of the reason why there's a little bit of credence to this rumor is that it features a little bar design on the front of the controller, which looks like the same thing on the Xbox One adaptive controller, which would replace the mode switch on the current Elite design. Aside from that, obviously we're not going to get any new systems from Xbox, but I do think it's possible that with how long the One X has been out, we might get the reveal of a redesign. Not necessarily a fully different shell or anything, but some more color options, because right now we still just have the plain matte black, or if you're able to get a hold of one, the limited edition Scorpios. Now, hardware is all well and good, but the one big uphill battle that Xbox has been having a lot this generation is exclusive titles. I mean, we got a couple releases this past year, but still nothing compared to the sheer number of things that PlayStation has been getting. So if they really want to win this year's E3, we gotta get some announcements. Now, there are a couple games we already know about that have yet to be released that will probably make an appearance. One of the biggest ones being Crackdown 3, which was supposed to be out by now, but got a lot of pushbacks, hopefully because it's gonna get the polish that it needs to make sure it's a strong release. Now, Crackdown 3 is really the only one that we know for sure is still going on, but there's a couple other games that Microsoft talked about before that have either been canceled or entered development hell that might hopefully make a reappearance. One of the big ones would be Scalebound from Platinum Games. Microsoft has said they want to try and start working more with Japanese third-party developers, and that'd be a great one to kick back up in order to boost morale. Another one that I just keep hoping for is Below. This is a game that was announced before the Xbox One was even released, and it still isn't out after who knows how many pushbacks. It's probably dead, but I really hope it's not.
He's dead, Jim.
Now, as far as actual new stuff that could happen this year, there's actually quite a few things that are pretty likely. Now, the one that's pretty much 100% for sure chance is Forza Horizon 4. It's no secret that Microsoft likes to switch off between Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon. We just got Motorsport last year, so pretty likely we're going to get this one as a new Horizon game, unless for some reason Microsoft decides to mix it up and either take a year off or introduce a new subset of the series. What's even more intriguing, though, is that it's an actual possibility that at this year's E3 we could see announcements for both of Microsoft's biggest exclusive FPSs, Gears of War and Halo. Now, Gears of War we're pretty sure is going to happen because of the Walmart leak that happened earlier this month, in which they revealed a whole bunch of games, including Rage and a new Borderlands, and, of course, Gears of War 5. Now, as for Halo, there's no actual news saying that it's going to happen, but the dev cycle seems to line up so that we would be getting a new one announced for this year because it's been 3 years since Halo 5. It is possible that maybe Halo Wars 2 threw that schedule off a little bit and they don't want to have both Gears of War and Halo at the same time, but honestly, they need all the morale they can get, so having both those together would be awesome. Something else worth considering is Anthem, the next big game coming out from BioWare and EA. And Anthem is not an Xbox One exclusive, but it might be one of those situations where the Xbox One version gets a little extra love. It did premiere at last year's Xbox One E3 event, so we might see things like early access DLC on the Xbox One versus other systems, unique DLC, it might run best on the Xbox One X, all kind of reasons that might make the Xbox One version of Anthem the definitive version. Now, beyond all that, there's of course going to be some announcements for things like indie games, more multi-platform stuff, but as far as exclusive Microsoft stuff goes, we're going to have to reach a little more. Now, one thing that has been speculated on a lot is that there's a new Fable game in development. There were rumors of that earlier this year, and whether or not that's something we'll see this year, I'm not sure, because if they started development this year, it's very unlikely it'll be released in late 2018 unless they were rushing it very heavily, or maybe they kept it really quiet and it's been in development for a while. Either way, hopefully we'll at least get a teaser trailer for it, even if it's for the far future. Something I mentioned earlier earlier too is that Phil Spencer has made comments about wanting to reach out and work more with Japanese third-party developers. Now, Platinum is one of those companies they've worked with before, and hopefully they're just doing Scalebound again, but if not, maybe something new would be really cool. It's also possible they could try reviving some of the small number of JRPGs that were unique to the Xbox 360, like Blue Dragon and Lost Odyssey. So how likely is all of this stuff to happen all at once? Probably not very likely, but if they were to hit even 70% of the stuff that we listed just now, it could be a really strong conference. The big thing they really need to do is just up the number of exclusives. Whether that's stuff that's coming out this holiday or for early next year, we just need to know that stuff is happening, because that's the one area Xbox really needs to bulk up. They've got the system, now we just need the library.